The Lunaverse, Episode 4, Exam Jitters. Chapter 5, in which Ditzy learns a lesson. Ditzy was cleaning her apartment half-heartedly. She sighed as she washed up the last of the plates and put them on the rack to dry. Everything seemed oddly gray. And not the gray of her coat either, but the dreary, saddest kind of gray of a thick thawd. The kind that made her want to hide from the world for a while. "I did my duty," Ditzy said. "That's all there is to it. Some parents probably wouldn't even have told her, but I did. That was the right thing to do." The room was silent in response. "Besides, only 25% of selected foals get to taste in the first place. Plenty of parents don't want their foals going away such a young age. I'm not alone in that. Thinking he's such a sweet child. She will be able to deal with the bullies and the prima donnas that get out of school like that." She cleaned as she talked. The dishes were soon done. Wiping her hose, Ditzy tried over to the window to debate what to do with her morning. Dinky was out of the house, and she had no work to do or guests coming over, so her day was free. Maybe she should start a new book, one Trixie had given her for her birthday a while ago. It would take her mind off of things. And Mercafelli was supposed to be a good writer. Her thoughts were interrupted by a knock on the door. Ditzy frowned and quickly checked her planner on the counter. She didn't have any visitor skill, and her friends were likely unavailable. Most of the Yamas would probably be prepping to talk with the parents of the foals who would be taking the Sharp Way Youngsters exam. Sparkler would be running her shop. Silverscript was out of town. His college roommate was getting married out in California, and he was attending the ceremony. "You need Fluttershy?" thought Dissy as he approached the door. "Although I guess he's coming to town when he is pouring rain. He needs Angel. Fluttershy might be in trouble." "Dissy, open the door." Dissy recognized Trixie's voice and opened the door. "Good morning, Trixie," she said as she let the snowman in. "How are you doing?" "Fine." Dissy moved to close the door, but Trixie held it open, and it cheerily opened a few moments later. "Ditsy," she said without preamble. Hi, Charlie?" Dissy looked between the two of them. "Is something the matter?" Charlie opened her mouth, but Trixie quickly waved her off. "Yes, we were just talking to Dinky, and she's not taking the Sharp Winning entrance exam." Dinky felt a sinking feeling in her stomach. "And that's her choice. I don't think it's really appropriate for you to question that." "We aren't," said Charlie, "but we are questioning what you told her about Manhattan. You said it's some kind of urban wasteland, and it's got nothing there she'd like." "You can't deny that there's more buildings there than here," said Ditzy. "I've been there, and—" "So have I. There's also parks, museums, candy stores, and all the things Dinky likes." Charlie fixed Ditsy's eyes in a hard gaze. "Why are you lying to your daughter, Ditzy?" "I didn't lie," the mailman protested. "It just didn't come up." "Uh-huh." Ditzy frowned and began to trot back to her couch. "She's my daughter," she said, "not yours. I can tell her what I want." Shirley began to say something, but Trixie cut her off. "Do you think that's what Dinky deserves?" "I think—" Ditzy closed her eyes. "I think I prefer not to talk about it." There was silence for a few moments, and Trixie moved to sit on the couch. "Ditzy, I said I don't want to talk about it," she scowled. "Why are you still here?" "Because we're your friends," said Trixie. "And we know you're going to regret this in a few days, once it's too late to do anything about it." "And because Dinky is a student in my class," added Charlie, "I have a responsibility to her." "Not like mine," hissed Ditzy. "I'm her mother. She gets hurt or something else bad happens to her. It's entirely on my shoulders." She stood and glared at Charlie. "You might be a teacher, but that's a responsibility you never bore. I have." "If a student gets hurt in my class, I take the blame," said Charlie. "And if Dinky gets hurt at any other time, at night in bed, at a friend's house, on a trip, anywhere, it's on me," Ditzy yelled. "It'll be my fault because I wouldn't have been a good enough mother to prevent it. Dinky breaks a leg in Manhattan, she has a permanent injury, will be entirely because of my bad decisions. You are a mother. You know what it's like. I heard you." Her eyes flashed. "I will not let my daughter get hurt." "You're hurting her now, Ditzy," Trixie said in a quiet voice. "Have you seen her lately?" Dinky didn't want to think about the reasons Dinky had been quiet or withdrawn for the past couple of days, or why Dinky had rejected all attempts to play games or otherwise have fun with her mother in the preceding evenings. She made her own choice of her own free will. I'm sure she'd be unhappy if I forced her to take the test. She scowled. She chose. No, said Trixie. She didn't. She made her choice because she knew the choice she wanted her to make. Your daughter is really smart, Ditsy. It's why she qualified for the test in the first place. She knew you were lying about Manhattan because you didn't want her to go. So she took the option she thought would make you happy. I told her she should choose what she wants. So, what if she didn't, and now it's on her? Asked Charlie. You know better than that, Ditsy. There was silence for a few moments. Ditsy got up and began making tea. But she barely seemed to be focusing on the teapot and wire. What do you want? She asked at last. Oh, Trixie rose from the couch. Right now. I want to know why, Ditsy. This isn't like you. You're the best mother I've ever known. You've done so much for Dinky. Why are you doing this? Doing what? Telling your daughter you don't want her to go. Using emotional blackmail to give up this incredible opportunity. Because she thinks if she takes it, she'll hurt her mama. The one pony she loves more than any other. Charlie said in a brisk, flat voice. Doing that. I didn't... Ditsy could see her friends didn't believe her. She let the sentence trail off. I told her I did what I did because I thought it was the right thing to do. She raised her voice a little. What does it matter if I don't want her to go? I didn't force her, I let her choose. Why don't you want her to go? Asked Trixie. Maybe I just don't want her to. Lots of parents don't let their foals go to Sharpway. Only 25% of foals that even qualify even attempt the test. So why don't you bother them? Shirley shook her head. Of those foals, she said in a brisk, scarlet voice, many of them, while academically qualified, lack the emotional maturity to perform well away from home. They wouldn't do homework without being prompted by parents, or become shy or withdrawn from campus life, or some other situation. Dinky, however, has demonstrated remarkable maturity for her age, and would have no problem in that regard. Still, other foals are needed to assist their parents with their jobs, as Apple Bloom helps with chores on Sweet Apple Acres. Those foals might not be able to leave home, but Dinky is not in such a situation. Some might know in advance that, while top of their class, they'll be unlikely to perform well on a admissions test, and don't bother taking it. But Dinky told us she wants to try. Shirley paused as if for emphasis. There are several reasons why foals or parents might not want a shot at Sharpway, but I'm not aware of any that apply to your daughter. Well then, she could get hurt, said Ditsy, boring out her real reason without thinking about it. She almost did a week ago, and the only reason she did it was because she's friendly with the apples. Demi slammed the hoof on the kiss's teeth for emphasis. Dinky is safe in Ponyville. She knows ponies will look out for her. Me, you, and all the others. She doesn't know any pony in Manhattan. You think if she got caught in a rainstorm, she could just knock us up random stranger store and be let inside? Get what? Asked Shirley. She could get hurt. She could break a leg, get some serious disease, or get lost. She could get abducted. She could walk off a pier and drown. Ditsy. Think about it, insisted the hysterical mailmare. I got Dinky sneaking out after dark to get sleeps at one of Pinky's late night parties 2 weeks ago. Remember? I had to cancel her magic lesson with you because he was grounded. Well, what if she does that in Manhattan? She sneaks out and decides to get right over to a candy shop a few blocks away. She gets hit by carrots in the dark, or gets mugged, or she gets lost as she's wandering around at night for hours. Hopelessly turned around, miles and miles away from anybody that would know or care she's missing. Or she turns her ankle, she's stuck outside all night. Praying and terrified and peeing. She's not friends with any adults there, and nobody would stop there. Ditsy, Trixie tried again. Or the class trips. She almost got away from you and Canterlot, and that was with 3 adults there who knew her, and an entire castle full of guards. And she still wound up playing diplomacy with Trixie's purple soul enemy. I know Sharpwing has all the students on all class trips once a term, and they'll all go over to Equestria, and sometimes to neighboring countries. What if they take her to the Rainbow Factory up in Costia as she wanders away from the group, falls into one of the many scenes? Or maybe they'll take her to near Orleans where she can get lost in the bayou swamps. Or what they go to Stalingrad, see the old castle, and Dinky falls on the battlements, or gets lost on the Russian steppes, or... Ditsy! Dixie, train of thought derailed, stopped talking. Trixie shook her head. Sharpwing's been open a long time, Ditsy. They know what they're doing. Foals don't get hurt there any more than at any other school. They have highly qualified medical staff. And there's plenty of supervision. And none of those things are going to happen. You know you're overreacting. reacting, I'm weak, Ditsy yelled. Guess it's just a weak, stupid mare who can't bear to see your daughter go thousands of miles. Before they could say anything else, Shirley's self was planted over her mouth. No, the teacher said. No, Ditsy, you aren't weak. You helped us get through the Everfree Forest and defeat Corona, the tyrant sun. You helped beat those lizards under Carolot Castle to rescue Trisky. You fought off the monster who wanted to abduct Diki. You are not weak, Ditsy. You do not have that excuse. Ditsy seemed to deflate, slipping to the ground. Tears began to spill from her eyes. Those times were different. I look at Dinky and I see horrible things happening to our Manhattan. Trixie tried over. Ditsy, we can help you. I can enchant some communication spell, or we can have Luna do it. You've certainly done enough for the country to merit that. Mirror, as alumnus, could ask administrators there to write you updates on what Dicky's doing. Ditsy, you could go to Manhattan every weekend to see your daughter. You're a knight. As long as you do a good deed of some kind while you're in town, the government will pick up most of your train fare and hotel bill. Trust me, I can find ponies in Manhattan to use the services of a wonderful pony like yourself. Ditsy calls Trixie as a drowning mare would preserve her. Well, it's not enough. You know, I'm so scared. She gets hurt. She's being hurt now, said Shirley. Ditsy, just telling her not to go would be one thing. I can understand that. Even though I think it would be wrong, and I think Dickie would too. She'd be sad for a day or two to get over it. But you made her decide not to go for your sake. Ditsy, your daughter's too young to be giving up on her hopes and dreams for the sake of another. Ditsy said nothing. She was not seeing Dinky. She was seeing Dinky now. Not in Manhattan, but in Ponyville. Dinky never moved out of town, never done anything with her life or taken the slightest risk, for fear of hurting her mother. Dinky lived her life in an unremarkable, safe way, and wondered at night, perhaps she could do something more. Never resented her mother for making her waste her life as an idol of mediocrity, but whose life was wasted all the same. You're a strong mare, said Trixie. We know you are. You need to be strong now, Ditsy, for your daughter's sake. Ditsy set her eyes. I can't. She trailed off. Can you help me? She almost whispered. Of course, Ditsy. We'll always be there for you. We're your friends. Realistically, Ditsy knew the odds were very small of Dinky being hurt in Manhattan. The odds were certain of Dinky being hurt. She gave up on her ambitions to placate and ease the worries of her foolish old mother. She knew the right thing to do, but she could barely open her mouth to say it. I know. There was silence for a moment. Ditsy whispered, I'm sorry. You need to tell Dinky, and not us. Tracy hugged her friend. Do you know where she is? Let's go. I know where. Ditsy shook her head. I'll go. Do you want us to go with you? Asked Trixie. No, I need to do this myself. Ditsy coughed a couple of times. I just had to hurry. Are you sure? Shirley frowned. Ditsy, if you guilt her again! I won't. I know it's hard, but I know what I need to do. Ditsy bowed her head. Thank you for caring. Don't thank us yet. The test is soon, Ditsy. Go talk to your daughter. Have her make a real choice, said Shirley. Ditsy nodded again. Went to her door. Dinky, don't worry, little muffin. Your mother's coming. She went out the door. A few moments later, she'd taken a flight and was racing to find her foal. Can we stall the test? Asked Trixie. As the 2 ponies returned to City Hall. What if a bunch of knights at the realm requested a 15-minute recess? No. This is the national exam. It's beginning at precisely the same time all over the country. Allowing students to start late here gives them a few extra minutes to study. It's an unfair advantage. Yeah, but you're proctoring, right? Couldn't you just let it slide? I'm not proctoring. Shirley gestured a fancy carriage parked outside Town Hall. The Academy sends an official proctor to monitor each testing center. You don't have any power in that room, and I can't push the test time back. Ditsy needs to get this wrapped up before the test begins at noon. Trixie tilted her head. That's in less than an hour. She said, let's at least get one of the faster Pegasi involved. Rainbow Dash owes me about 5,000 favors thanks to the whole illegally unnatural disaster, not so responsible for damages incurred by your stunt training that I've been keeping going for her. She can go back and fly Dinky back to Ponyville once Ditsy talks her around. I talked to Raindrops earlier. Rainbow Dash is nabbing white-tailed lutes today. We can't get there in time. Jelly sighed. This is something Dixie's going to have to do for herself. Wish we could help out more, but she's on her own. Nuts. Trixie frowned. Well, nevertheless, I have faith in her. She's the best mother I've never known. She'll work it out. I hope so. The sky was bright blue, with only a few fluffy clouds dotted around like isolated islands in the air. The sun was nice and warm, perfect for sunbathing or swimming, or playing hoofball on the beach. The birds trilled in sweet tunes, and the bugs playfully buzzed along with them. Dixie ignored all of this. She was focused on the little field where Dinky said she would be playing. She hadn't raced in years. Even during the rain and leaves, she limited herself to a brisk trot. But this was different. Her daughter's future was on the line. Hold on, Muffin, she whispered. Mama's coming. The wings pounded the air behind her, sweat beading along her skin and soaking her coat. A few droplets drifted to her eyes. This stung. She blinked fiercely and kept going. Mama, she added, is not going to let you down. And once Ditsy and Dinky kicked some clouds. All right, I found something. Give me a hoof. Scootaloo cheered in joy as the air foals ran to shuffle to begin digging around Scootaloo's hoof. Hoping at last they discovered some secret stash where, an ignorant snails told them at recess, Bonbon was said to store extra good candy. Fish Creek was the most eager, attacking the dirt and mud with an impressive amount of energy. Sis and Snails seemed to be having more fun than getting dirty than actually digging, but he had picked up shovels and began to work a few minutes later. Sweetbelle, for her part, dug more slowly. No, Mary wouldn't like having me giving another bath. Oh, who cares? Mary doesn't stick in the mud, said Scootaloo. No, she hates sticks and mud, Sweetbelle frowned. Oh well, she's giving me a bath. She's not dragging me to another boring opera concert with poets who don't even sing an equestrian. I mean, it could be the greatest love song ever, but I don't know what any of the words mean, and I don't think my sister does either. Maybe it's code, said Snails as he dug. Maybe they're trying to tell something they don't want spies over here. Yeah, said Snips. There could be no reason to be. He poked the dirt and said nothing. As he hadn't said much over the past few days. The world seemed to be, well, gray. Gray as her mama's coat, although not nearly as warm or loving as she usually was. Oh, Dinky, what's wrong? Asked Pipsqueak. Are you okay? Yeah, you've been real quiet the last couple of days, said Scootaloo. What's up? Can't be nothing, said Sweetbelle. Nothing will be making you sad. You should be sad, said Snips. Being sad isn't fun. I was sad last week. I couldn't even taste the yumminess of the ice cream sundae I got from Sugar Cube Corner. What's all, Dinky? Asked Pixie. Dinky sighed. You know Sharply Academy? Yeah, that's why Twist and Applebloom could be here, said Scootaloo. I guess Twist qualified to make some really tough tests, and Applebloom was getting ready to get ready. Apparently, the more apples you eat, the better you do on tests. See point. I didn't know that, but it explains my grades and everything. I don't eat any apples, see. What about shrimp? Asked Snails. I know Trixie eats shrimp, and I heard Griffins think that fish are good for your head. Ew, wouldn't want to eat a fish. They're all slimy and yucky. Scootaloo stuck her tongue out. And everybody knows how weird Trixie's diet is. She eats slugs and they sold her fat. Sweetbelle cut Scootaloo off. You're not qualified for the test? No, nothing needed. Dinky rolled onto her back. I wanted to, but... Why not? Mama doesn't need me to, and I need to listen to Mama. Dinky turned away from the others. Yes, she's the best mama in the world, and she's a good pony. She sees the world, and... Dinky for Treasure was forgotten, as the rest of the foals went to sit by and comfort Dinky. Parents are weird things sometimes. Like when my mom said I could only keep one Goliath beetle, Raindrop says they usually know what they're talking about. Yeah, maybe she has a good reason for you not taking it, said offered Crispy. She's afraid you were not upwitting because you had to study too much. I heard you study too much, your head falls off, said Snips. That's why I never study. You know, just a case. Dinky smiled. Thanks. I mean, I'm sure she has a good reason. It's just, I don't know. She was young, and could not express in words the unfairness of what happened. She knew dimly that was not right that her mother had indicated the correct choice, but left her to be the one to actually make it, disclaiming all responsibility, putting the onus on her to give up her ambition.
She knew it was wrong, that it was her mother's choice, but it was she, Dinky, would take the blame and responsibility for it. She could not see her problem, but she felt it nonetheless.
I guess it was different.
Maybe it is.
What do you mean?
Your mother's coming, Scooter pointed a wing. Really fast. In fact, look out! Full scared as Sissy crashed to the ground. Dinky hopped to her host.
Are you okay, Mama?
I'm fine, dearie, said Dissy as he crawled out of her new crate. Ow. She shook her head.
Did you all bury something? It felt like there was something hard under there.
Let's dig it up, said Scooter, grinning. Thanks, you Stu. She attacked a new crate or a new figure. Most of the air falls ready to help. It'll be rich in candy!
You looked at her mother. Mama,
she said. Her voice was soft and quiet.
You want me to go home? Not really.
Ditsy trailed off. Nothing. I want to talk to you. Dinky looked confused.
But you are talking.
Privately. Ditsy inclined her head. Just over this hill. Confused Dinky said a quick goodbye to Scooter and the others, then followed her mother.
Are you okay, Mama? You look sad.
I just been thinking. Talking with some friends. Dissy sat down on her flank and brought Dinky forwards, so the little foal was sitting forever. Nothing. Your mother needs you to do something very important for her, okay?
Yeah. What is it?
Need you to answer some questions honestly, said Ditsy. As if I wasn't here. She gently embraced her daughter. Can you do that?
Yes.
Dissy nodded to herself. This is it. I need to do this. I need to do this for Dinky. It's the right thing to do. Do you want to take the submarine entrance exam, Dinky? Dinky's response was immediate.
No, Mama. I already said.
Ditsy cut her daughter off by enveloping her in a tight hug. This is very important. I need you to answer honestly. Do you want to take the exam? Dinky said nothing for several moments.
But, Mama, let me answer for you.
It won't.
Yes, it will.
Dinky, I'm an adult mare. She hugged Dinky again. I won't be hurt unless you lie to me. Please answer me honestly. Her voice quavered. This is really important. Can you do this, Dinky, please? I haven't lost your trust already, have I? Please let that be the case. Dinky seemed to understand what her mother was thinking.
Yes.
Her voice was quiet but firm.
It'd be a lot of fun to try it. You're not getting it in. Those are thinking it could be against the smartest falls.
Dizzy let out a long breath. And if you pass the test, do you want to go to the Academy in Manhattan?
Mm-hmm.
Dinky's voice was a little more than a whisper.
Let's try it out. If I liked it, I can stay longer.
She frowned.
It sounds so much fun, Mama. All kinds of really smart falls and really smart teachers, and I can learn about everything. You have pink blackberries, really neat electric fields, all kinds of keys and lots of things to do. And Miss Twilight says they really got class trips all across here, places on the continent. It's just fun and great time. I get all the things I want to, I get to here.
So you off.
I
mean, you used to take the test. Dizzy hugged her daughter, who seemed stunned at the statement. Miller's voice was strong and steady, and she knew as she spoke she was saying the right thing. She took a moment to gather herself, then continued. Take the test, Muffin, and you qualify. Attend the Academy. I'll support you every step of the way.
But Mommy said.
It was almost a cry. Dinky buried her face in her mother's barrel.
You're so sweet. I like for you, Mama. I want to be a really good pony. And not good pony would hurt your Mama.
I won't be sad.
Yes, you will. You'll be sad and scared, and I know it.
I'm... Dizzy sighed. Maybe a little, yes. I have some amazing friends, Dinky. They'll help me. They'll make sure I don't get too sad or scared. I'm always acting with your best interest in mind. You don't need to worry about me, dear. I'm your mother. It's my job to look out for you. It's your job to grow into the great pony you know you can be.
I don't want you to be even a little sad.
Insisted Dinky.
It's not a night to do.
Not a night yet. Need tells the other ponies, Jitsi Blairlet. I'm a knight, dearie. I will help you grow into a spectacularly wonderful pony I know you can be. Now, let you hurt yourself and give up on your goals because of me. That'd be backwards. She turned her daughter around, so looking each other in the eyes. You trust me, Muffin? Do you think I'm a good knight? Dinky nodded vigorously. Then let me do my job.
Let me help you in any way I can grow up as green as you can be.
Ditsy saw her eyes for a moment.
My friends will help me through the rough spots. But you give up on your dreams for my sake, and I'll feel completely.
She shook her head.
I can't feel. Not here, not with you.
Dinky was silent for a few moments.
You really mean, Mama? You want me to take the test? You want to take it, then yes. I want you to try.
Ditsy took a deep, stirring breath.
That's what I want.
Ditsy was silent for a few moments. Ditsy took a sigh. Dinky repeated that she ran out to take a test. It was over. She lost her daughter's trust and faith, also forever. Dinky would be making decisions based not on what she wanted, but what she thought her weak, fragile mother would want.
Please no, please no. I want to take the test, Mama.
Ditsy realized she was hugging her daughter only after she grasped her closely. Ditsy realized she was crying.
Thank you. She whispered, Dinky, you're the best daughter in the world.
The two remained locked in their embrace for several more seconds. Dinky spoke first.
Is this you? Is it you?
Dinky looked up and gasped. It was 15 minutes until noon.
Right, let's get you back in the test as quickly as possible.
Dinky ran back over the hill and shouted goodbye to her friends. School offered to take her back into town on her scooter, but Dinky turned her down.
I want to go with my mama.
She chirped. You already seem like her easily yourself. Ditsy hurried and knelt down.
I'll be back, Muffin. You can still make it.
In moments, the two were in the air. Minutes raced by. Ditsy beat her wings as hard as she could, driving for City Hall. It was rough going. She was already tired from a hurried flight out to the fields. Dinky's added weight scraping her strength. She forced herself to continue, but couldn't deny the obvious strains. Dinky's legs were caught tight around her barrel.
She cheered. I'm not going to see friends. I'm glad you,
Dinky said Ditsy.
Come on, it's almost noon. Gotta hurry.
Ditsy felt the searing pain in one wing as he strained something. She had not flown like this in far too long. She sprinted, it was true. When Dinky had been abducted from the mob, and perhaps a few other combat situations, but none of that was for anything approaching this amount of distance. It was just too much for her. Ah! Dinky gasped. Ditsy grunted a weak affirmative, but her wing flared in pain as she tried to move it. She found herself quickly sinking, used to her good wing to steer just well enough to hit a nearby cloud instead of crossing the ground.
Sorry, no, keep going.
Said Dinky immediately. How? Then the cloud began to inch forwards. Confused, Ditsy tilted her head to see that Dinky had dipped her legs into a thicker cloud, paddling furiously, as if paddling on a kickboard. The cloud was the demon moving forwards. She teared. Ditsy grinned and began to kick herself. Powerful legs propelling them forwards. She steered with her good wing and aimed for Town Hall.
We're gonna make it, Muffin, she promised. Don't worry.
She continued to kick. Ditsy kept going, moving as fast as she could.
Few more minutes. Come on.
Had anybody been in the upper floor of Town Hall at that time, standing somewhere near one of the rear offices, they would have heard a panic shout. And they would have seen a cloud crash through the building and spill into the corridor.
Ow!
Ditsy shook herself as she cut to her hooves.
Muffin, are you okay?
Dinky popped her head out of the clouds of debris.
That was fun!
She yelled.
Let's hurry again to the test.
She bounced in the air.
You still need to cast a spell on me to help block the clouds.
Ditsy looked to the broken wall.
We'll see, dear, she said. Until she had a test to go to. Oh, you Mama. Nothing.
She kissed her mother on the nose and scurried off. Ditsy disentangled herself from the wreckage.
Guess I'll be working a few extra shifts to get this fixed up, she thought. Well, it's worth it. I need it. Dinky's going to take the test. As he gets in, I'll let her go.
Her stomach still twinched with worry at the thought. But Ditsy knew how to push past that. She knew that, while she might worry and fret, she had other friends to keep her sane.
I'll do right by her.
Instantly, she heard chatter. Sounded like her friends. She realized that the Ask an Element ceremony was going to be during the test.
Guess I could do that. Probably see a few things about battling and being a hero with facing a daughter. She smiled. Thanks, I need to pay Charlie and Tracy back for them breaking me out of my behavior. Maybe I'll field some tough questions.
Smiled as she tried it away. Dinky Doo scampered to the testing room.
I'm not feeling, am I?
She gasped as she ran.
I'm on time, right?
Better, sniffed the proctor. It was a tall, thin pony with a tan coat, orange mane, pocket watch giving mark. Take your seat. The test will begin in 48 seconds. Dinky scurried around and found her seat. She was sandwiched between two other Ponyville applicants. Twist gave her a high hoof. Silver Spoon, who stood to mutter something about laying blank supply for prestigious schools. Dinky was feeling too cool to be mad at her, though, so she just ignored. I'm gonna make Mama proud.
Good looks,
whispered Twist.
wouldn't it be fun if all three of us got in?
We feel false to be in. It's our own cup.
Dinky giggled.
This can be fun. The proctor raised his voice. At the mark, you three will pick up the pencils in front of you and turn your papers over. And big, said the proctor. 3, 2, 1, go. And Dinky began. Tracy sighed as he sat at the table. Charlie, why? You go on states all the time.
As I'm just in the now.
Tracy looked at her play card. That is a role model for young fools on how to grow up to proper mayor. Proper? You? Whispered Lara. I think there might have been a few wires crossed there. I'll have you know, I can be very proper when the situation calls for it. Why, back when I was studying politics under Luna, I frequently attended court meetings that included the highest officials in the land. Will that include the one in which you melted an ice palace? Asked the grumpy raindrops. She didn't seem to like being on stage any better than Trixie was.
That happened once!
Trixie frowned. Melt one ice palace and nobody ever lets you forget it.
I'm here,
said Dizzy, hurrying up the stage. She smiled a little as she approached. Silently, she called the mayor, scrolls, and their officials.
I'm here now.
And Dinky, asked Trixie immediately.
He's taking the test.
Dizzy bowed her head.
Shirley, Trixie, thank you.
She embraced them both. Shirley grinned. Trixie blushed furiously.
Like you for what?
asked Carrot Top.
Did you two help Dinky study for it? We'll explain later. Let's go, please.
Dizzy did so as Mayor Scrolls introduced him.
Thank you. I'll make it up for you later, I promise.
If she qualifies, said Shirley. What are you going to tell Dinky?
Go or not, as she pleases. It's up to her, and her mother will support her, no matter what she decides.
That's a good answer.
I know. Your very special friends taught me.
Questions were beginning. Some of those seemed to be directed at Trixie and relating to various embarrassments such as the ice palace melting. Dizzy settled to her seat.
However you decide, Muffin, I'll support you, she thought. However you decide.